Sri Lanka. It's time for another Decibel podcast, and today we have one of the most coolest names from the Sri Lankan internet. You might know him as that guy who brings up a lot of solid things every now and then. Actually, not every now and then, every day. It's our very own Ambani. Ambani.
Yep, I like this. First of all, unique.
Dude, I needed to bring in the element of like authentic Sri Lankan, because that's what you are, man.
Yeah, this is just so unique. If this was AI, I would sell this.
Oh, by the way, he specializes in AI.
Kind of, yeah. Still not achieved specialization, but I will get there,
Eventually.
Yeah.
Man, tell us about you, the human, firstly.
Just existing. I don't, go by any reasons or definitions to define me. I want to keep evolving. I don't want to stick to one definition that would confine me into one meaningful, whatever the opinions that I might have on me. I need to evolve from those. So I'm not fixated.
Okay.
That's what I would say. Just a human being and doing the bare minimum, not for a reason.
I kind of like that you say that. I am doing the bare minimum.
Exactly, it's the bare minimum. I don't want to specialize anything by outlining a reason. Okay, why am I talking against rape? Because that's the bare minimum. I don't want a reason to do it. I don't need a abusive past. When I do it, some people ask me about my past. Were you abused when you were a kid? No, I did not. I was not, because I was trained in self-defense since I was a kid. So abuse was not not a part of me, but that is the bare minimum. I was given that discipline of when you are a human being, the being part of it means that you know how to be.
Yeah.
That's it. So that being part equates to the bare minimum that we should deliver as a species. So I guess that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but sometimes when I look at you, I feel like you are a cross between a lawyer and a journalist, which you're strangely not in real life.
Hey, I'm not. Again, AI and internet helps a lot to educate yourself on this current timeline. When people choose, their interest. These are my interests, to know about how the constitution work, what are the laws, and how the laws are interpreted. Some people, they just pick up the law that is available on the internet or in ChatGPT, but then it can be interpreted in zillion ways. It's not just one way. So you need to know that aspect of it, and that is the most important aspect when you talk about law, not the law itself.
Yeah.
It can be imposed in many different ways, can be manipulated in many different ways, can be interpreted in many different ways, but you have to pick that aspect where it is interpreted in a way to deliver the goodness out of it, not the criminalized, bribed aspect of it. It can be anything.
But whatever you've been getting, I think I've been following you for the last 1.5 years.
Yeah.
And the thing with you is, like, even some of the journalist friends I have, they don't go, like, in depth and have some of these stories that you do, like, even the news.
Yeah.
Right? Because I follow, like, from Newswire to a bunch of other places much, and they don't have half the stories you bring out. And that's like, wait, you're doing this work of a journalist. And also kind of like a little lawyerish, because you tend to, like, majority of the time balance both sides, as recently seen in your thing with the LTTE.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
The
Remembrance Monument.
Mulivaikal, yeah. So it actually, I called it genocide because it's actually two things to begin with. When you talk about that particular incident occurred in Mulivaikal during the last stage of the war, you need to understand that it's people that were killed, and Sri Lankan army or the government, they're not bound to save only the Sinhala majority. The army, they're saving people. So that is one. And then it is a genocide because it's targeted on one ethnic community. So first of all, they failed in two dimensions of humanity. as an army, you save people.
Yeah.
They failed there. As a state, you declared it a no-fire zone, so that's that. And it's a genocide because you killed a whole lot of people without any consideration that if they are, whether or not they are terrorists.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is not acceptable. So by definition, it is state terrorism. So that's what it is. So I put it out, but that does not mean I take away the definitions that LTT has brought up.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
what they are. You can't erase that as well. So that's what I said. There's a
Yeah.
balance between the state and the LTTE. There's a middle ground, and I'm there.
You have a very analytical mind. Have you like trained yourself, or are you just like naturally very analytical and just, you like to balance out both sides?
I think it's been my practice. Not that I particularly, got into being analytical, but it has been who I am
Right.
since I know me. I don't know how to define
Okay.
it.
That's interesting. So you have like a lawyer mind, but you're an AI guy and you're all about justice and
Yeah.
all that. But a lot of people tend to find you really angry all the time.
Yeah.
Are you an angry person all the time?
No, I don't get angry at all if people.
I mean, look at that face.
If you hang out with me or if you talk to people who I hang out with, they'll let you know. I don't, necessarily get angry over things, but I do talk about what is not right.
Yeah.
Whatever the emotion that I have to bring up to that, whether it's anger, whether it's remorse, compassion, kindness, whatever it is, I will invest that emotion required on that point. It is not that I can be defined as an angry person because I know how to control that emotion. Anger, which also goes as a part of awareness. So there's sane anger, then there's insane anger. So I use this sane anger. Insane anger would be, violence.
That's just a no-no.
Abusive. That's a no-no.
So what has been the craziest bunch of things to happen to you as a personality that brings in all these different stories?
I can't actually think of crazy things, but yeah.
I mean, hey, how can you forget that Zionist guy coming
Oh.
after you?
Yeah, the Sri Lankan Zionists. I don't think even the Mossad knows they exist.
Oh, wow.
That outcast. I don't think they care, not justifying that acts of Israel or Mossad, but I don't think these people in Sri Lanka, they have nothing to do with Israel or Mossad because I don't think they care what they do in here. I mean, breaching visa policies or threatening locals, that is unacceptable.
Oh,
and
for sure.
I talk against that. Not that I'm scared of them. It's my country, so I get to speak back, talk back. So that's what I do. Even in real life, that would happen.
Yeah,
they come
like
across.
naturally, you can't let a bunch of like dudes from like a different country tell you like, oh, you cannot eat here, you cannot drink here. Like, bro,
Yeah.
what kind of segregation is that?
But you can't find them if you go there. They're not to be found. You can only see them on the internet
Oh God,
and not
that's so
in real
crazy.
life. No.
But yeah, the craziest thing was your first account getting suspended by that guy. Is that what happened?
It said multiple grounds were there. One of them being this Zionist thing that we speak against a community, which is being Jewish community. I'm not speaking against the Jewish community. Judaism is like 2,000 years old and it's an historical aspect. I'm speaking against Zionism, which is just like not even 150 years old. It's a political movement. You get to speak against political movements. You also can speak against religion. That's freedom of speech. Religion, when you speak against it, you do not insult it. You can point out the things that, okay, here's this saying and it does not work out.
Yeah.
Because there are aspects or verses in every religion that were time bound, which are now dormant. You can't use those kind of verses to define the current timeline.
Yeah,
If
because
you
it's so
take-
dated.
Yeah, if you take all this Abrahamic literature from Tanakh to Bible to Quran, they were written at a time where there were lots of battles and wars. So, like 50% of those verses were written during a wartime.
Yeah.
So that cannot be applied in the current timeline. So you can historically debate that, argue that, not that you insult their faith.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I think atheists should understand. If they're arguing about, you are not capable of proving their faith to be false.
Yeah.
For if you're claiming to be an atheist, you have to prove the non-existence of God as much as you demand them to prove the existence of God.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's why I am an agnotist. I don't know anything. I can't know the unknown. So I leave it at that. Just like, Buddha preached. He never claimed to be an atheist. All his studies explains that he was an agnotist. He does not know how to know the unknown.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah. So you can't be an atheist without, proving the non-existence of God. I don't think they know how to be an atheist, how to be atheist as well, because when I speak to an atheist, they do not believe in gods, but they do explain their supernatural experiences. I mean, ghost, spirits, they are, wandering souls, and souls are a creation of God.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. So you can't believe in that as well. You can't have that experience if you're an atheist. Because souls does not exist. That's it.
Souls don't exist.
I mean, if you're an atheist,
Yeah.
it can't exist. Because soul is a creation of God,
Yeah.
by definition.
Give me a sec. Man, how many fights do you get in a day?
I don't, now that I'm suspended. Not many fights. Even if I post a story or a post, I don't get many personal DMs on the post, but I do get different questions. That does not lead to a fight. Specifically, locals, they do not tend to fight. Zionist, I do post against them, so they get into DMs. Very few of them, but you can't find them on real life.
Did that
That's
bugger
that.
come though?
He did not. I went there, Arugambe, but I couldn't find him.
I'm about to say, you actually went to Argombe that week?
Because I knew his location.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, some club, I know that. But then you can't find them in real life. That's that.
Wow, this sounds like a bunch of dudes from back in the 2000s. Yeah, bro, I'll be like singing in it, bro. And then
It's like
I'm
school
a-
fights. Baghapang pala yun ito.
then
Nanang bata tiyo. It does not progress to a fight.
God.
We don't know those kind of fights. In a fight, we strike first. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm thought of. You hit.
Man, because that guy seemed like he wanted to beat you into a pulp and all that, but
I don't think he can. Those who run mouth, I don't think they can fight.
yeah.
And in that discipline where you are taught to fight, you are taught to identify a fighter. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
only fight with a fighter, and this guy is not a fighter.
So is this like just the one guy, or have you had like plenty?
I have lots of fake accounts coming at me. So, a lot of them, thousands sometimes, a lot of fake accounts, maybe locals as well. They are coming at me, so I don't entertain that aspect.
Yeah,
Who wants to talk
that's-
to a robo? I
Yeah.
don't want to talk to a bot.
Yeah, be a real person and have a real
Yeah,
conversation.
if you want to debate, come debate. If you want to fight, yeah.
So
That's-
your knack for bringing out all these untold stories, because even that scene with the hard drive of all this data, of underage kids and all that, like that wasn't on the news, but you had it out. Do you how do you have this knack to like uncover all these stories, Machan?
Yeah, I just am bothered by it.
Okay.
India and Sri Lanka being in the same tier when it comes to human trafficking. India, where they have like, I don't know, what's their population?
A few I don't know, man.
I don't know. There's a lot of them, and Sri Lanka with 23 million. We both are in the same tier 2.
Okay.
So I think it's
Oh,
more
man.
dangerous in here
Yeah.
than in India to be in the same zone as India. Having, I don't think we even comprise 1 out of 3. I don't think we can match their population ever, right?
No, I don't think
But why
Sri
are we
Lanka
there?
will.
I don't think
Yeah.
we even be there. We shouldn't representing any tier when it comes to human trafficking, but we are in the same tier as much as India is. So I don't think that's okay, and all of us should be bothered about it. All of
Yeah.
us. And the data is available on the internet. You can read. It's peer reviewed. So
Okay. Something that, yeah, you say it's peer reviewed, but how do you fact check and stuff?
Yeah, but the thing is that when multiple sources come together to point out one factor that Sri Lanka is going wrong with this sector
Okay.
when it comes to human trafficking or data, and then you match it with the history of those sources and history of the data that they put out, and it matches, they are at a leverage. Okay, so being factual, it doesn't mean that you need to find out the exact data out of it, because it's impossible when it comes to human trafficking. You can't have a overall idea of the network. So fact checking is impossible if you're not a part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But as an outsider, when all these sources are pointing out, okay, this is how Sri Lanka works when it comes to human trafficking, then yes, you have to take that, and that's nothing bad, so that people will be aware of, okay, this is happening and there's a possibility of this is happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to fact check on the part where the sources being ethical. That's it.
And so you have a lot of them, or you have like a selective few who you go to because they're very reliable?
I don't have a fixed set of network or sources. There's a lot of them. When you research, you have to go through multiple sources, multiple scholar studies. So different subject, you need to pick different source. You can't be fixed on one source. Science, it has to be a scientific source. Math, it has to be a mathematical source, likewise.
Yeah, because there's so much of news out there, and sometimes it can be like a bit difficult to like really know what's real, what's not real,
Yeah, exactly.
how much of truth there is to like a certain bunch of things. Like, when you say human trafficking, it's not exactly the most talked about or known thing. Like, yeah, people talk about it whenever there's like a news situation or whatever, but in depth
Yeah.
and the extent,
Yeah,
nobody talks about it because there isn't a lot of data. But that being said, at some point, because you're part of, your accounts are on a
Suspension.
platform that's
Yeah.
run by, Meta.
Meta.
So at some point, would you want to break away and have your own site just for publishing things like this?
Yeah, I might develop a blog
Okay.
as an individual or with a group of people, so that it can be more progressive and beyond me, because it has to be an idea, not
Just a one-person
bounded
thing,
on
yeah.
me or my name or my image. Okay, so that it will be there when I'm not there. It should be there beyond me, my existence. So that's the idea, and that's a hard part to achieve, but it will be done.
Yeah, I hope so, because some of the news that you report on and bring forth, it's some of the stuff that's so valuable just to know. And sometimes it really helps to have some of those stories out, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who have stories. Like, I remember when I reached out to you about that missing boy,
Yeah.
from January, you were like asking a bunch of questions. You wanted to get in touch with the guy. I'm not sure if you did, but I'm sure there must be like a lot of different people with a lot of different stories who I guess mainstream media cannot make time for because these are all like the putty stories. And
Yeah.
there's obviously like so much of them coming out. So
There's so much depth into these potty stories. I was working on this story. Now I can't find that person because my account got suspended.
Ooh.
There was a story of where, a mother who left her two kids, in their school or preschool or something, and then she had left with her lover to another country.
What?
Yeah, and they had the teachers. They waited till she come, and she never came, and they had to take them to the courts.
Oh, what?
And their father was not in Sri Lanka as well. He had to come, represent them in the courts, and the mother, she poof vanished. So there was this story that I was working in, and it's purely gone now because I can't find the reference.
But in case you are
Yeah.
watching this interview, Am Bunny too.
Yeah, please reach out. So yeah, that case, it shook me. Who would do that to your
That's
own
so
kids?
heartless, yeah.
So yeah, these are stories that needs to be highlighted, and I hope there are many more people who step up to discuss on these matters, vital matters.
Yeah, because there also comes this thing where what do you do in case something like this happens to your own kin?
Exactly.
And also, like, a lot of people, especially after the whole Kalatma Gate, a lot of people were like, oh, so what do we do in case this happens or that happens? There isn't, like, information, sadly, readily available where you could be like, oh, you can follow XYZ steps to, like, have this person reported or, look, man, a lot of celebrities will get slapped for as long as we know because, there are lovers and haters out there. But, there are people who go absolutely out of the way to, like, harm people. So that shouldn't be entertained.
Yeah, that shouldn't be entertained, and there should be an opposing force. People do go out of their way to harm people, and there should be people who go out of their way to help them. Then only there will be a balance to balance it out. Harm should be opposed by help.
Yeah.
So if that happens, and I don't think it happens a lot in Sri Lanka,
Yeah, because everyone likes their popcorn moments.
they need oh, that's so sad, to sympathize. And
Do it? I feel a lot of people like bitching behind other people's backs.
they do, but behind back, but your face, oh, that is so sad. It will be okay. They need a moment of, sympathizing. They like that as well.
Vile sympathizing, you mean?
Yeah.
Like, inside your heart, you're like this evil
Yay.
person.
Woo. Celebrating.
Yeah, but on that note, there wasn't anything wrong with Kalatma. What she did was just for fun, but it turned out to be something else.
Yeah,
so.
about that particular incident situation, I don't think she, intended to do
Yeah.
that, but it happened, and it could be true, it could be untrue, I don't know, but you can't blame her for that.
No, you can never
You
blame
can't.
her for that.
And it doesn't mean that you go at her. She's a minor. Anything you do,
She's a minor.
She's a minor. Anything you do against her, you're the perpetrator. You're the criminal.
Yeah, man, and also like it's crazy, like how many creeps you also get on the Sri Lankan internet, and you kind of like, because for me sometimes I like watch all these people. I like sometimes once in a while. And this is the first time I'm actually admitting this on camera. I look for these people just so that I can find them and report their asses.
Yeah.
Especially on Facebook, dude. It's so disgusting. Like sometimes you see pictures of like really young girls.
Yeah.
Young is like 8, old is like maybe 13 or 16. And come on, man, they're like walking on the road and the wind is sweeping across their skirt, and
Yeah.
that's a picture you get turned on by? Like, ew.
That you can post on Facebook or Instagram, but when I speak against it, they suspend my account.
Which is, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they say that it's child exploitation and I shouldn't be speaking against it, according to their strike. That is.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
You should be speaking against.
Against it, that's what they said, and they had this absurd strike where they said that I am not capable of speaking to the younger audience.
What does that mean?
That means that they need an audience where they're hooked with these cheeseburger ads or the TikTok dance. There's nothing wrong with it, but you need profiles to highlight these vital issues.
Yeah, and these are like real-time issues in Sri Lanka, like
Yeah.
there's, I mean, assuming that something happens to a minor, say something happened in the bus, they should be able to be like, oh, where do I go for information? Boom, it's here. This is my creator that I go to. Responsible creator, find the number, report.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
incident.
But Meta is unfortunately interested in minors or the younger audience or the upcoming generation being hooked on the next Domino's pizza variant rather than speaking of real issues, which I think is a very big barricade on their evolutionary process.
But I feel like maybe this is where, as people who are responsible and want to see a better society, we should have like our own platforms, just so that we can
Exactly.
have like reason and ways people can actually report and share their stories, and also like get the help that they want.
Exactly.
Because I feel like a lot of people, like even when sorry, I'm bringing this up again, the Kalatma Gate, when it happened, people were like, they had a lot of questions on cybersecurity. They had like a lot of questions on what do you do if there's like someone who's defaming me? What do I do if multiple people are coming to my account defaming one person and I'm trying to delete, and that person thinks I am encouraging them to be defamed when that's not the reason.
Yeah.
So there's so many questions like that, but there's barely anyone to like, or barely like a place where you can go and have all these like FAQs answered.
Yeah.
These are actual FAQs now, in 2025.
Yeah, right. And as far as I know, some of these names, or most of them that were involved in this, trend where the Kalatma post happened, I know them. I know them as it was commented. Because
Right.
people did, spoke of it, reached out to me, okay, this is what happened with this person, this is what happened with this person, and I asked them, yeah, I can speak of it, I am not scared of them, but I need the evidence to put out. Because
Evidence is so important.
if I post it and it will be questioned, I need some material, some evidence to prove that it is true. Not that I don't believe you or your experience, but I can't be, sentimental or emotional when I'm posting. It has to be evidence based.
Yeah.
So that's why I never went at it, but these names, they were out there for a long period of long time.
Yeah, like there's so much, dude. So many cases of celebrities who've done like disturbing things, like super disturbing things.
Yeah, and
we'll have a talk about it off air, but
but the thing is that I don't even consider them celebrities. I only think Sri Lanka's got 2 celebrities on this
too
current-
many celebrities for
just
an island.
2. Just
Huh?
2. Just
2 celebrities?
Yeah, I'd say Yohani and Wild Cookbook. They're the only celebrities existing
Okay.
in Sri Lanka, because You need a certain reach for that. You need a certain recognition for that, and you need a net worth.
Yeah, yeah.
And you need a net worth.
Net worth.
You to become a celebrity. If you take India, Bollywood, there
Oh,
are
God,
celebrities.
yeah.
There are celebrities. Tamil film industry, celebrities. But the Marathi film industries, they are regional celebrities. Okay, so that's how it works. Your movies need to collect absurd amount of money
Yeah.
on your star power, and the market force will decide whether or not you're a celebrity, and that does not happen
Yeah.
in Sri Lanka. Yohani and Wild Cookbook, they're celebrities because Yohani has this, T series recognition.
Yeah,
Which
and Bollywood
produces-
also like gave her a lot of recognition. Yeah.
which produces international hits, and Wild Cookbook on his own built an empire on YouTube.
Shout out
and
to the guy and Yohani.
and Johanny, yes. I hope there will be many more. We used to have Clarence. We used to have Mr. Sunil Pereira. I should say Mr. Clarence as well. They're all legends. We used to have Mr. Gamini Fonseca, Mr. Joe Abe Vikrama, brilliant actors and celebrities. We used to have, but not past 2000s. I think Mr. Rukanta was the last one to go international.
You and I, my friend, we need to sit down and have a conversation.
We will.
I need to educate you on people who've made it to Ultra, Tomorrowland, etc.
I would like to
Macha,
know
do
that.
you know that Ranidhu has represented Sri Lanka not once, not twice, but 4 times in the Ultra Music Festival? I think this was somewhere in Florida. I think this was in around the time he released his Bioelectronic EPs. I think this was a little after he released his second EP.
It was before 2000. I mean, he made his debut. When did he made his debut?
I think this was about, if memory serves me well, 2014 to about 2018. It's on the Decibel
Alright.
site. So in case you want info, there's like the poster and
There you
things
go.
like that.
There's another one.
And there's
But not the film stars, though. I mean, they're not
Well,
stars. Sorry. After
film
Kamal Adarachi.
artists. That's the thing. Human achievement is such a strange thing sometimes.
It is a strange
Because
thing.
you have like this yardstick of measurement. It's
Yeah.
like very famous, some famous, regional famous, okay famous, internet famous.
Bouncer. So the thing is that popularity and being famous are two different things, right? Popular, you can come up with Shah Rukh Khan, popular. Rajinikanth, popular. Hugh Jackman, popular.
But they're also famous.
They're famous. They're really, really famous, but they're beyond that. Their first day collection would be high.
Oh,
And the
God,
next day
yeah.
collection would be decided by if the story is not good or on the story. But I don't think we have that kind of power. It is
maybe in the
because of the
future,
industry.
yes.
Maybe in the future it should be. We had it. That's the issue. We had it. When you say Gamini Fonseca,
People know.
people knew, and his movies, it collected. It was box office blockbusters. You say Vijay Kumar Singh collected money. Kamal Adarachi does collect money, yet when he acts in movies, the last being Ginne Nupan Sitala, which was a blockbuster hit, though it was a propaganda movie about Rohana Vijayveera, but it was a good story to watch. So these market forces are with them. They can collect and recover the budget that's being invested. So that is the issue here. You can't put in money and make a movie because it won't collect. It
Yeah.
won't give you as much as you put.
I think maybe the first Tamil movie to have been released in over 30 or 40 years, Komali Kings. I think they made that money.
I heard of it.
I hope so.
I heard of it.
But it
I
was
never watched it.
very. Oh, you should have. It
I
was
should
such a. It was such a good movie, man. It was just such a nice start, and then later on we had one more movie that came out last year. Sorry, not last year. I think this was about 2021, 2022, and then after that, that was it. Yeah. Hopefully, we get to see.
That's the issue of this country. You don't have a industry. You
We
don't.
have different industries, like for example, the teledrama industry,
Yeah.
and then you have, there is like a certain set for.
Teledramas well, used to be good before they brought up these dubbed Indian dramas into
Oh,
the
God,
play
yeah.
by Sirasa, where they went to Tulsi for 1,000 days crying over the same thing.
Oh God,
Four
yeah.
different
People love
husbands.
that shit though.
They do 4 different husbands, and then we have Devani Inima, which it has no end.
Oh God, yeah. Now they.
Otherwise, we had Kopika Day, which was excellent. We had Sedavatta Valawa, which was based on, ancestry of Vikramasinghe's, Ranil and all that.
Wow, who knew? I didn't know that.
Exceptional. So you had stories, Jackson Anthony when he was a teledrama artist, brilliant stuff. But now Cumbia was okay, but after that, I don't think.
Yeah, after Cumbia, there's like this big lull.
Yeah,
Hopefully it gets broken down.
I hope it is. We need to evolve from where we are.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Our people need to make money. Our artists should make money. When an Indian actor goes into a production, when he acts, and that movie employs 1,000 families.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so that is one of the kindest act a human can do. You are a star, but there are 1,000 families depend on you when you do a movie. That's star power. That's a celebrity. So that's what we need to do in here.
Yeah.
And that was there during the age of 3 crown kings, Mr. Gamini Fonseca, Mr. Joabe Vikrama, Mr. Tony Ranasinghe. They had that aspect, and we lost it. Because when the Khans
hope.
came in, they evolved at a pace that we couldn't match up.
Let's see. Let's hope. The future of cinema has a few interesting star players.
Yeah,
so
because
let's
we have
hope.
good actors even now.
Dude, yeah, we have really good producers and directors.
Writers,
Yeah.
brilliant writers.
I hope one day you get to see the High School Junkies. They did this production called Hooves,
Okay.
and it's currently on SL Vlogs. And Machan, that movie,
I need to watch
that short movie it'll make you proud. I think you should watch it and do like
I
a small review. So Machan, who would you say are 3 artists that you listen to from Sri Lanka?
Singers.
Yeah, singers, bands. Actually, let's do 5.
Okay.
Because that seems fair.
Number 1, Gypsies. When Mr. Sunil Boera was there.
Okay.
Until his tenure, until his run, and then there's BNS, of course. Not that I like their personalities or how they work within the industry, but their songs, the trend setting, I like that. Mr. Rukanta, Mr. Clarence, and then let's take a new artist. You only Sri Lankans, right?
Hi.
Okay, then I'd say there's no new artist.
Hey, there are plenty of new artists. What are you on about?
Can't-
I need to introduce you to people now.
I can't think of any. Yeah, that's it, I guess. That's
Okay.
my playlist.
Okay, one eternity later. I hope that changes.
Yeah, because I like to listen to original songs. We have a lot of cover artists. I don't want to
Actually,
listen-
no. I'm Bunny.
No, I
run-
mean, we have a lot of cover artists that can sing their own songs, and that's bad. That's what I'm saying. A lot of cover
artists who can sing their own songs.
who have the capability to
Of
come up
singing,
with their
okay.
own original songs, but does not.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Because you
I
can't.
need to introduce you to this whole new world.
You need to, because I don't see a wedding where there's no Sunil Bera song.
I think weddings over here is just a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
People just want familiarity and
Exactly.
memories and things like that. So, okay, to a degree, that's okay. But then I think there are some people who demand for originality to be played. And I think some of those weddings actually even get the original artists.
That's what makes the industry.
Yeah.
That's what makes an industry. That's what happened with India. That's what happened with America. They came up with a lot of originals and they kept going.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that.
No, I think we are.
Yeah.
Machan, we are doing that. It's just that sometimes word, even though we're in the age of the internet, it tends to be like a little slower.
Now that the
Don't
audience,
ask me.
the audience, you might.
Yeah, and also I've realized, like with time, Machan, and just being in the media, I've realized people tend to be serial nostalgics in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there are songs that are older than me, and people who are like 17 still listen to them, and I'm like, you're 17. Please listen to music, that's produced from now. Or, I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But it's just that, your parents shouldn't have so much of an influence on you that everything that they are is
true.
mirrored back.
It's not only the creator, it's also the audience. Indians, they stick with Indian productions.
Actually, you'll be
to begin with.
surprised.
But
Masha-
us, we stick with India. We prefer Bollywood movies, we prefer Tamil movies
It's
over
a
Sinhala
segregation.
movies.
There is a bit of a segregation when it comes to this, Machan, because again, this is just like me looking at people, observing them, and just being able to speak to people one-on-one. I've realized that there are like a few different categories of Sri Lankans. There's like the hardcore nationalist bugger and buggerettes who will watch Sinhalese, eat Sinhalese, drink Sinhalese, everything. And then there's like the type who are like, what is this Sinhala song? I cannot listen to this.
Exactly.
But what's wrong with your language? No, I like English only, Ane. Okay. And then
when it's about when 4th of February arrives, okay, the colonial rules, and then they're all Sinhala then. But the next day again, I don't know Sinhala. I only listen to English.
which is so bizarre. I find that so disturbing, honestly. Like, I've had conversations with people, and I'm like, because I listen to more Sinhalese music, and I actually promote people playing Sinhalese and Tamil music at like DJ events or at parties, at venues, and I stand up for that sort of thing, because I feel like even when you're at a club, there should be a pride of saying, yeah, Machan, my friend who has released a Sinhala song or a Tamil song from Sri Lanka, it's out. Play Karapan. Like this girl, Melissa Stevens, she had like a track act called Lankave. Machan, how good is that song for like a dance floor? Like even when Noise Project does, like the Progressive House boys are doing it, they have great remixes, they have their original stuff, and they play it. Background language, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said about the industry or where we at. Now, we can't replicate the same energy that India has on these platforms, be it YouTube or out of it, be it, labels like T-Series. They have lots of labels and they have lots of platforms that focuses on their upcoming talent.
Yeah.
They have an audience where they stick with these talents.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
We have multiple platforms.
We do have multiple platforms.
But it's just that
it's not evolved enough.
people need to. This is what I firmly believe.
Yeah.
For a local scene to happen, Machan, it starts with people like you and I acknowledging that the artist has done XYZ. And then we take that bit of news, we put it out there, and we sometimes really hope that the audience, the algorithm will be so kind that it'll shove that bit of news to like many screens.
Yeah,
because that is so important. Hopefully, a lot of people get to know how good Sri Lankan music is in 2025.
It is far better than India, but the thing is that's what I said. When you speak of this aspect, this industry, music or cinema, the thing about America or Australia or India is that all their market forces, all their stakeholders are attaining one goal, that is their local stability.
Yeah.
But in Sri Lanka, I don't think all our stakeholders within this industry works on one goal. They're scattered around. We need to bring that up. Our audience, the labels, the platforms, all of them should come together. All the stakeholders in the market should be economically involved, because we're talking about economics. We're not talking about popularity or how known you are or how talented you are. We are basically talking about commerce and economics. To attain that part, all these stakeholders within the market of music, not the talent, but within the market force of music, we need to get involved as one. The stakeholders being audience, the labels, the platform creators, the composers, the musicians, the sounds department, all of them should be involved to highlight the local stability in the market. So I think if that happens, we can easily compete with the international market and put our name out there, because going viral is the easiest thing to do.
Machan, and sometimes virality, it's a hit or a miss.
Yeah. It's a hit or miss, but it is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
There's not much work to do to go viral. When the stakeholders come together, everything comes together. So going viral, it's not a cause, it's a consequence.
Yeah.
The cause is that you need to get all the stakeholders to stick together.
I think everyone, Machan,
Also,
has...
luck plays a part.
There's luck, there's the algorithm, and well, we'll have a conversation off air about this. Machan, is there anything that you want to add in closing?
Just do the bare minimum, please.
And by that, he means do the right thing. Stand up for what is right, stand up for what needs justice, and just do the right thing
Yeah.
as a human.
Don't go for a reason, I guess. Just do the right thing and do the bare minimum. You don't need a reason to do that, and you don't need a past. That's who you are. That's what this species is about, and that's why you are the most advanced creature walking on this planet. That's it.
Yeah. Now you know.
Homo
Jai
sapien.
Veva, man.
Jai Veva. Boom.